Until recent times, the majority of environmental conservation projects around the globe have focused solely on understanding and managing the natural biodiversity present within their target areas. This term biodiversity refers to the variety of life on Earth and includes plants, animals, fungi, ecosystems, and genes. While this is in theory a good-natured approach for preserving the biotic aspects of the natural world, it fails to recognize the other major component, this being the abiotic component. This includes all the non-living elements of the natural world and can alternatively be called Earth's geodiversity. Geodiversity then refers to the variety of Earth's geological elements. These include rocks, soils, fossils, geological activity, and geomorphological processes. The importance of recognizing geodiversity within a conservation context is seen with the idea that geodiversity is the base upon which biodiversity operates, or alternatively, the stage upon which biodiversity acts. This idea is easiest explained with the concept of evolution, where species are adapted to certain environmental conditions and hence only occur in places where these conditions are found. Therefore, in environments where geodiversity increases, so does the abiotic environmental conditions offered, which may then increase the available niches for different species to survive. In theory, this means that places of high geodiversity have high biodiversity. The patterns and influences between geodiversity and biodiversity can be observed on multiple scales. These are global, continental, landscape, and local scales. The majority of scientific studies on these influences have been conducted on a landscape scale. They have confirmed that geodiversity has a positive influence on biodiversity. This has mainly been related to plant species richness, many of which are threatened and are directly influenced by the variety of rock, soil, and hydrology in a landscape. Currently, there is a lack of knowledge on local scale studies across continents and environments. These finer scale studies are particularly important for understanding context-specific interactions between geodiversity and biodiversity in terms of the environmental niches and microclimates that may be exclusively found within a particular ecosystem. One study conducted in Finland in the year 2023 looked to determine the finer scale impacts of geodiversity within Finnish mountain heaths and tundra. In summary, what they found was that geodiversity of certain mountain ecosystems did have a positive influence on the diversity of plant species, specifically lichen, bryophytes, and vascular plants respectively. The way in which geology can shape species distributions is seen with the influence that it has on defining things like soil nutrient availability, pH, exposed bedrock, sediment particle size, fluvial deposition, and landscape topology. These can then influence things like soil type and water drainage patterns, which dictate where plant species can and can't grow. This in turn can influence the presence of animal species that may rely on these plants for food or shelter. Rock features themselves can also act as protective barriers, shielding plants from harsh winds, temperature changes, and sun exposure. This creates microclimates for them to thrive in. An Australian example showcasing the geodiversity-biodiversity interaction can be seen with the Greater Blue Mountains of New South Wales. This area hosts a wide variety of species, including some 400 vertebrate species and over 4,000 invertebrate species. Many of the species found here are threatened, and some are endemic to very small areas. This includes plants like the Wollemi pine and the Blue Mountain pine. This high degree of biodiversity is related to the wide variety of habitat types offered through the geological diversity of the area. This includes sandstone plateaus, cliffs, gorges, and waterfalls. A problem with this geodiversity-biodiversity concept is that currently there is no widely accepted or well-established method for measuring geodiversity. One group of scientists have attempted to standardize this approach by creating a classification scheme that categorizes geodiversity into different tiers. This scheme begins with the first tier, describing the main features of a site being related to its geology, geomorphology, and hydrology. Each following tier then becomes more specific to the geofeatures present in a particular site. Such a scheme is particularly useful as it is simple, so it can be easily understood and taught. This may then increase the potential for non-geologist scientists to feel confident recording this geological information within their scientific research studies. An issue with not including geodiversity information within conservation planning is that in times of rapid change, such as what we're expecting to see with climate change, is that abiotic factors will then not be properly accounted for when predicting range shifts for species. This could then have negative effects, where a lacking representation on a full range of conditions could mean the loss of species that rely on specific conditions to survive. To combat this, frameworks such as the Brilham method can be used to assess geological sites, providing a justified basis and ability for which to protect sites significant to geodiversity, thus protecting a wide variety of abiotic conditions and allowing a diverse array of species to persist and thrive.